Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Will WC Review coming at you with, hey, let me back out here. I'm sorry. Coming at you with Lorenzo, by the way, from Smithtown, New York. And just wanted to say a very, very special thank you to my boy Steve from Scotch and Things. He is just a really great guy. And you know we've kind of gotten a group between us where we really have come to trust each other. And I would die before I would ever let anything happen to any of the knives that my friends have lent to me. And I will always make sure that they get it back in good condition. So I had a knife. I've been on a SERGEY ROGOVETS. I don't want to say tear, but I've been wanting one, and I've seen a couple. Satu Dave and Steve really like the Rhino. I want to like it so much. I want to have one, but I just there's something about the blade that I just can't do. At that price point, normally I would just get it and say, if I don't like it, but it's expensive, so I'm kind of holding out. I want another Praetorian tie, but I really wanted to look at this SERGEY ROGOVETS. It's the Kentucky Special. Steve has gone over it on his channel, so I'm not going to droll on and on. What I will say is it took me 25 fucking minutes to figure out how to open this fucking thing because it says lock, unlock. You turn unlock, and then you sit there, and you're like, ah. Steve did the same thing, but I had to go and watch his fucking video to find out how to open it. There's a secret latch, and it must be unlocked. You have to do that, and then that opens, and then you can get in. But that was worthy of mention because I was losing my mind. I did not want to break, a $1,200 knife, the case, because I couldn't open it. But I could not get into it for a good 20 minutes. Okay, case in point, enough about the case. So now this is the Kentucky Special. This knife is absolutely gorgeous. The action, stellar. The finger choil, too small. I have pretty big hands, 2X hands. And again, people have commented online where they make, a big knife look relatively small. This knife is gorgeous. The action, check this out. Listen. That snap, if you could feel what I hear, it's just so damn smooth. These knives, as you know about SERGEY ROGOVETS, they're handmade. So no CNC machines, no punching out 1,500 of them at a time or even 100 of them at a time. From what I understand, he makes these himself. So obviously, there's not going to be a lot of them in the marketplace. So when one of these came available, I asked to see it, and Steve was so kind enough to send it to me. So again, thank you, brother. I really, really appreciate it. I wanted to buy this thing, but I will say, in all honesty, it's smaller than I expected. That's my main complaint. The picture made it look bigger. It looked fatter. It looked about that big in my brain and in my heart what I wanted. So I'm probably gonna, I got a little bit of time to play with it and see if it grows on me, but I'm probably going to send it back, again, with many, many thanks. But the knife is absolutely gorgeous. And I will say to Steve and to Dave, there's a gentleman that I've been speaking to about SERGEY ROGOVETS. He has a custom Rhino at a great price. If either of you are interested, hit me up, and I will put you in contact. It's a good price, and the knife is sweet. And I know you guys love those. So I did hear Steve mention he might be looking for a Rhino. So let me know and I'll hook you up on that. But I just wanted to, showcase this knife. It's not often that I get to handle a knife like this. And that's what's so great about having friends in the community with collections such as they do. My collection's okay, but these guys, I would call them the heavy hitters of my introductions and stuff. These guys have, many, especially Steve. Steve is a nut. He's just got so many unbelievable knives, just piles of Striders, So, again, I'm just so grateful and thankful. I'm going to check the knife out some more, handle it. One thing I will say, that action is just something that needs to be felt by everyone. It's really unbelievable. But the one thing that I think anyone who's ever handled one can say is that if you've handled the Praetorian tie, it's hard to go back. Once you get one, like I have a T and it's nice and I like it and it was expensive, but there's nothing like this knife. It's changed my life as far as knives go. It's all I want. I want five of these, and I'm content. But in all seriousness, I do want another one, and I happen to have the dough saved up, and I think I'm going to hold out. So if anyone has a Praetorian tie, faced, definitely not sculpted. I'd be interested in a Tonto and definitely a satin blade. I wanted a satin blade on this one. But anyway, I've gotten off course. Sorry. It's very easy to go off on tangents. Back to this, the Kentucky Special by Sergey Rogovets. A beautiful knife. As Dave said, his most tame knife to date. He's really a jeweler and an artist by trade. And this is his buck. What's the number? 411, 111, 110. This is his buck 110 as far as I'm concerned. But a beautiful knife nonetheless. Couldn't be happier to have handled it. And so that's it. Hit me up if anyone has any questions. But again, thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody. And by the way, my man Carco Chris, I know that's what that's what Dave calls him. He had lent me a knife too that I'm going to showcase next. I want to explain it properly, so I'm waiting on him to give me the exact specs. But that's another beautiful knife that I'll show you guys shortly. Thanks so much. Have a great day.